be amazed by this movie. Crypto experts say that soon everyone who owns XRP Ripple could become a millionaire. This is because Ripple won its case against the SEC in court. XRP is finally ready to take off after years of getting stronger. Experts think that in just a few hours, the price of an XRP coin could go over $100. 0 cents. That's pretty cool, right? Let's do it one step at a time. Let's get right to the point without any more nonsense. Nota bene. Ripple's lawsuit against the SEC has taken a new, unexpected turn, making it even more interesting. This is one of the most closely watched cases in crypto. Judge Annalisa Torres made a choice that shocked everyone in the XRP community just when it looked like both sides were ready to end years of court cases. Ripple and the SEC recently asked Judge Torres to lower Ripple's $125 million civil penalty to $50 million and lift the ban on XRP sales. However, Judge Torres turned them down. The move was ruled to be improper in terms of procedure. The court said that the request would not have met the legal standards under Rule 62 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, even if jurisdiction had been found again. In short, the judge made it clear that there would be no quick fixes after almost 5 years of high-stakes court battles. Legal analyst James Phelan stressed how important the decision was by pointing out that Judge Torres made it clear that she would have turned down the move no matter what jurisdiction it was in. That was also said by writer Eleanor Terrett, who stressed that the court now wants more than just agreement. In order to change the current decision, it wants a rule-based explanation. Attorney John Deaton pointed out how seriously the judge is taking the case and emphasized how important it is to protect the integrity of the court system after years of federal lawsuits. This comes after more and more people in the XRP community started to think that the whole case might have been more for show than for real enforcement. Ed Ofarina, who has supported XRP for a long time, tweeted that Ripple met with the SEC in 2018. How about if the case was always just for show? What if everything was set in stone ahead of time? I'm not going to sell my XRP. Investors have a strong suspicion that the SEC's moves were part of a bigger plan because of what he said. One that's not just about keeping small investments safe. What made things worse was when King XRP tweeted that the US had agreed to a deal between Ripple and the SEC. Even though it's officially true that both sides agreed on a new punishment, Judge Torres's decision makes it clear that the court may not agree. It's a warning that the rule of law is still the most important thing, even if there are deals or agreements made behind closed doors. The community is also talking a lot about a strong comment made by Jack the Rippler. He said that an SEC commissioner called XRP the only cryptocurrency with clear regulations. That's a big supporter and a big step forward for Ripple. As long as this is true, XRP will be legally separate from Ethereum, Bitcoin, and any other currency that is still in the regulatory gray area. The SEC's lawsuit caused a lot of pain, uncertainty, and market instability. This could be XRP's most powerful tool going forward. Clearness that other people still lack. This whole mess began in 2020, when the SEC said that Ripple was selling stocks without being registered. In the years that followed, Ripple won a number of important cases, including one where it was decided that XRP was not always a security. Despite this, the legal fees and limits kept adding up, which finally led to more talks between the two sides. A few days ago, Ripple and the SEC sent a proposal for a deal to lower the fine and lift the sales restrictions. However, they ran into another legal problem a few days later. Maybe XRP's real victory is that it not only made it through the SEC's attack, but also got legal clarity that no other digital asset can claim. If XRP is now the only cryptocurrency that is legally recognized in the US, the effects will be huge. It's possible that institutional adoption, world recognition, and long-term legitimacy are just around the corner. It's still unclear whether Ripple's fight will help other crypto users or be a lesson for them. This should, of course, show up in the price of XRP. Analysts aren't holding back now that regulations are clear and Ripple is standing tall after years of court fights. The predictions are crazy. Some people say that a huge breakout is coming soon. What comes next could really blow your mind. There's a good reason why people are so excited about XRP right now. As President Trump predicts a huge rise in the stock market, and crypto experts like Brett say that XRP will make a huge number of people rich during this bull run, it's hard not to feel like a huge event is coming up. People with power from all over the space are speaking out. Steph isn't afraid to say that XRP is already the next Bitcoin, while Emonix says it with confidence. He says that people make passionate, hasty choices when they don't have a plan. That's why he tells buyers to figure out what he calls their freedom number, the amount of money they would need each year to live the way they want to, and then double it. This is not about fancy things, it's about leaving some room for error in case something goes wrong. That clear, disciplined, and ready attitude could mean the difference between a short-term windfall and wealth that lasts for generations. What does Pantoja say? Hold on to your ideas, set up ways to make money with real estate, rewards, or staking. Don't try to get more or use too much force. Make a plan for how to get out of the deal now before prices go through the roof. Experts in the market don't completely rule out the idea of XRP hitting $100 no matter how crazy it sounds. Some people think that 2025 could be the big year, while others, like Barry C., think that it could take longer, up to 2034 or even 2040, based on how quickly it is adopted, how useful it is, and how much support it gets from institutions. The expert known as All Things XRP says that XRP can definitely hit $100.00 without worrying about its market cap. That would put XRP's market value at $5,800,000,000,000, which is a huge amount, but not impossible in a world where tokenization and blockchain-based trades are becoming more common. Claver, who is the managing director of DAG, issues a strong warning. If XRP does reach $100.00, many people will miss out because they won't be able to handle the mental stress that comes with it. Fear or greed won't get you anywhere in the market. It awards being ready. We also can't forget about the newest agreements. The news source Fresh Intel says that Ripple is about to make a huge change in the world. Big banks are getting ready to merge and rumors of government-level mergers are starting to spread. This isn't just another bullish sign if it's true. It's a clear sign that Ripple's technology could soon take over the world of banking. So, the latest news from Swift only backs up what people who support XRP have long thought. Ripple's technology is not only being quietly used behind the scenes, but it's also already being talked about at the top levels when it comes to integrating blockchain. Some people said that Swift's most recent changes didn't include Ripple, but a closer look shows that they did. Swift's website has a clear quote that says Wells Fargo and many other banks are looking at this area with Ripple. That short line says a lot. Ripple is no longer just a niche project. It's a big part of how the world's richest people see blockchain's role in banks. XRP Dragon said it straight out. XRP is the most liquid cryptocurrency asset. It is the most useful thing in the world and will be used everywhere. You'll see, it's not just talk. More and more proof supports it. Institutions like Wells Fargo are trying Ripple-based solutions in public, which could be a sign of a turning point in their use around the world. Large banks aren't just starting to use blockchain for fun when they do. They're doing it to save time, money, and gain a long-term edge over their competitors. And Ripple gives you just that, with its almost instant payment and small transaction fees. The bigger picture of where Swift is going is also very interesting. What they said. Our technology lets fiat money and cryptocurrencies exist at the same time. This is a clear sign of the move toward hybrid systems that can handle both fiat money and digital assets. Now is the time that Ripple was made for.